Kohl's global expansion into Spain. Global ambitions. The key aspects of the distance framework is cultural, language, administrative and political, the currency, geographical, the time zones, economics, the population. The key indices results are high rate of corruption, unemployment rate 12.4%, inflation rate 1.68%, GDP 1,426.19 billion, a high market growth rate, high market consumption capacity, high economic freedom, and a business environmental ranking of 26% globally. The tie to mission and vision. The mission and vision are focused on providing an enjoyable shopping experience through quality products. The way how the expansion would tie with the mission and vision is by ensuring that every single location overseas will offer the same shopping experience through high quality products, variety of products, and a friendly environment. Global positioning. Kohl's strategic intent is known to their company as their greatness agenda. The framework is built on 5 pillars: amazing product, incredible savings, easy experience, personalized connections, and willing team. Their goal is to be the most rewarding and connected omnichannel retailer in America. How will they achieve these goals? By focusing on the customer, creating product assortments that excite the customer, by building genuine, lasting relationships with customers, by designing easy, seamless shopping experience no matter the channel utilized for shopping, by helping customers get more from every dollar they spend at Kohl's, and by building teams of engaged and talented associates. The value proposition is they put the customer first, they act with integrity, they build great teams, and drive results. Their values make sure they take care of their customer with a yes, we can approach by supporting communities and causes that customers and associates care about, by treating others with respect and fairness, by communicating openly and embracing diverse perspectives, and actively promoting the empowerment, engagement, and continuous development of all associates. How to make Kohl's global? Change the purpose from being the most rewarding and connected omnichannel retailer in America to the world. That will get them thinking strategically on a global level. Ensure customers get more from every dollar they spend at Kohl's. Their customer base is very cost conscious, as the average base salary in Seville, Spain is €24,160. And then by building great teams and driving the results. The different entry modes of entry into a foreign country are exporting, licensing and franchising, partnering and strategic alliance, acquisition, and greenfield venture. What is the best entry mode for Kohl's and why? Acquisition is the best entry mode for Kohl's because the strength of the currency, currently the US dollar is converting to €0.92. Over the past 3 months, the highest the exchange rate has been is 1.219, which still isn't that big of a differential to cause a company not to purchase in a foreign country. Also, the tax laws, the Royal Decree 664/1999, lay down specific rules for companies, including the obligation to declare foreign investments in Spain, as well as FDI inflows. Spain is the 9th largest host for FDI. Spain has seen a spike in FDI inflows, which the country has increased 108% from the previous year in 2018. Acquisition represents the best entry mode for Kohl's because scale is needed. Spaniards don't shop online as much as other customers. Kohl's can use their perspective to partner with a company already known in Spain, such as El Corte Inglés. ECI is similar to Kohl's, but offer additional products such as travel agency and insurance. Kohl's could use their innovative experiences to expand this brand. Competitive positioning, the forging partnerships. Kohl's has embraced the strategy of aligning with other companies to gain new customers and to strengthen its relationship with existing ones. Amazon, The ability to brand the Kohl's brand with accepting Amazon returns will also be a competitive advantage. Marketing strategy. The strategy of instant coupons and cold cash would be immediately recognized by the deal-making Spanish customers. Also, their innovative technology, which includes price check, smart cart, countdown, and waitlist. Last but not least, their management team. Being led by CEO Michelle Gass, she brings to Kohl's an infusion of radical ideas outside of traditional retail. This mindset will be a competitive advantage with a global expansion. Their executive leadership team is presented on this chart. Additionally, there are 8 independent directors. In order for Kohl's to be prepared to expand globally, they will need to prepare to relinquish 2 of their 8 independent director seats to the Spanish company they will acquire. They will also need to hire a director of international operations. This person's responsibilities will include implementing the global strategy and oversight of management of the company. The global director would need to understand the business, culture, history, and social practices associated with the countries Kohl's anticipate expanding to. Additionally, the legal and accounting team will need to be expanded to incorporate global legal counsel to assist with completing any necessary paperwork to declare foreign investments and preparing the tax returns associated with such declarations.
Global business systems and capabilities. Firm infrastructure and human resource management. This includes strategic management, planning, finance, accounting, legal, government affairs, and quality management. The current CEO, Michelle Gass, has led an initiative called Right Sizing. Existing stores are nearly 80,000 square feet, and the newly built stores are 35,000 square feet. A new store in Spain would more than likely be part of this initiative. Reduced overhead, maintenance, and refresh costs will impact the bottom line significantly. In a smaller retail space, companies need to be more selective about which products and suppliers they're choosing to retail, overall boosting its quality of goods. Mercadona, a food retailer in Spain, uses total quality management initiatives, organized into 5 components: the boss, employees, suppliers, society, and the capital. The company cannot achieve customer needs without also satisfying the stakeholders, so they implement initiatives that strengthen employees' commitment and involvement in the firm's project. Technology. Millennials are the future of retail. They're one-swipe generation and have implemented technology into every aspect of their lives. Mobile sales and internet retailing both reached peaks in 2018. Spaniards' usage of mobile phones is above the EU average. More and more consumers are getting access to internet-enabled mobile phones. Retailers need to be prepared to accept mobile wallet, Apple Pay, and one-touch transactions. Brick-and-mortar stores are now featuring another tech trend, allowing free pickup in stores or drive-up pickup from online orders. Zara, a Spanish clothing company, uses targeted volumes of aggregated fashion category apparel items to be produced in their manufacturing facilities to accurately determine the required quantity of fabrics to be purchased in advance. Unlike Kohl's, Zara sells their own brand only and does not identify as a department store. A similar production method for goods sold to Kohl's is used. Kohl's does own a few brands, including Apartment 9, Croft & Barrow, Jumping Beans, SO, and Sonoma Goods for Life. The company's exclusive brands include Food Network, Jennifer Lopez, Marc Anthony, Rock & Republic, and Simply Vera, Vera Wang. These goods are manufactured in different plants, but ordered and processed in the same way. Prospective suppliers register, and when a category comes up for bid, registered prospective suppliers are contacted if they meet the specifications of the program. The goods are ordered from the supplier post-bid and moved to a warehouse. When the layout and planogram are released, inventory is taken care of and the goods are moved. Kohl's targets suppliers that exhibit financial stability, ability to provide high-quality, cost-competitive goods, proven success in the marketplace, and an understanding of Kohl's mission and business practices. Should Kohl's expand into Spain, it would be attractive if they accepted bids for Spanish suppliers to integrate the Spanish culture and style into their inventory. This is a variation strategy as well. Department stores have purchasing and bidding systems to select the best possible suppliers of goods to use in their stores. Retailers hold their suppliers to very stringent product delivery standards. Amazon, a Kohl's partner, plans to open a fully operational logistics center in 2021. This is something that will strengthen Amazon's distribution network in southern Spain, improving service in one of the areas with one of the greatest demands from the company, such as Seville and its metropolitan area. Another of the advantages that Amazon will have when locating the center in a civilian location will be to have a dock available in the port, from which it will expedite the shipments to its customers located in the Canary Islands. Customer service in Spain is generally less friendly and quick as in the United States. There's less of a priority on customer service. The business structure in Spain is more oriented towards relationships. American customer service standards are far higher than Spain's. Adaptation is subdivided into 5 categories: variation, focus, externalization, design, and innovation. Variation can be used if the styles of clothing and housewares differ between Spain and the United States. In terms of focus, Spain has 5 different climate zones. It is the most climatically diverse country in Europe. Understanding the climate of the country will help a clothing and home goods retailer better capture their market's needs. Kohl's partnership with Amazon is somewhat of an alliance and can allow them to get brand recognition in a new country with an existing partner. Innovation can be used by opening a Kohl's hub, like an Amazon hub locker, where people can purchase Kohl's goods online and deliver them for free to the hub, cutting back on delivery costs but increasing delivery speed. Amazon is currently building a warehouse in Seville that's set to be opened in 2021. At the proposed hub, a return can be made, customers can speak with customer service teams, and pick up their goods. This can also be a partnership with Amazon where fulfillments can be made in the same space. Economies of scale can be achieved by department stores when they purchase bulk. They receive better delivery rates, lower prices, and reduced per unit costs. From a managerial standpoint, the talent pool is far larger and more diverse in skill sets. Streamlined processes and increased productivity can result in lower average unit costs. Larger organizations have better credit ratings and more assets that can be used as collateral. Economies of scope can be created by linking supply chains. Integrating a supply chain results in productivity gains, waste reduction, and cost improvements. Using the same warehousing facility and hub unit would be a move towards economies of scope. Labor costs among plenty of things in Spain are cheaper than in the United States. Using Spanish labor to manufacture goods and work in fulfillment warehouses would be cheaper all around, especially in terms of shipment and labor. Clothing prices are relatively comparable with a few exceptions. So what's the decision? A retailer considering expansion into Spain, specifically a department store with valuable connections such as the Amazon partnership, should work to enhance their adaptation strategies. Kohl's would benefit from focusing on adaptation and eventually aggregation. Kohl's competitive advantage will come through their partnership with Amazon. Growth in the Amazon and Kohl's partnership illustrates to us that stores are needed, even as online shopping becomes increasingly pervasive. Kohl's is being strategic in the execution of its omni-channel strategy by leveraging its strength, the scale of its physical portfolio, and the strength of its partner, Amazon's highly loyal customer base and innovative products. Adapting the product line to fit with Spain's standards will boost the company's visibility in the market. Strengthening their partnership with Amazon by creating economies of scope and scale will impact the bottom line positively. Global organization. The most valuable resource that any firm owns, regardless of industry, is humans. In fact, employees are considered the most important asset of any organization and represent 85% of a company's assets. Consequently, since Kohl's is going to start its international expansion into Spain, there are some tactics that the company needs to develop in order to address the most significant challenges that are involved in managing employees overseas. Some of the factors that need to be considered are the differences in language, time zone, cultural habits, labor laws, and geographic locations. Other elements to include can be incentive plans, reward system, and professional growth. Some of the strategies that Kohl's should employ when starting its operations in Spain are establishing a global manager. Kohl's should appoint a manager who knows the firm's operations and also speak English and Spanish so they can clearly understand the team located in Spain. Language training. Even though the ideal scenario in Spain would be to hire bilingual employees from the strategic positions, Kohl's should provide English training as a second language to the employees operating in countries where English is not the first language. And lastly, constant communication. Digital communication may help to manage people effectively, but there is nothing that can replace the face-to-face interaction to develop trust and build strong relationships. Personal communication allows teams to discern and understand its members through key elements such as body language that can be observed only through personal communication. Encourage professional growth. Kohl's should provide different training programs to its employees in Spain to promote their development, since some of them could be potentially sent to other countries in Europe to keep expanding the business internationally. Apparently, employees consider training and development more beneficial at 22% when it comes to motivation. Outsourcing local lawyer services. The head of HR in the home base needs to make sure that all of the schedules, practices, wages, tasks, and other employees' assignments are aligned to the local laws in Spain.
Leadership. Spain maintains a strong hierarchical and bureaucratic organizational culture. Business meetings in Spain are less formal affairs than in Western countries. Meetings are generally held to give instructions and communication decisions already made rather than reaching a consensus on something. It is not uncommon to discuss matters that are rather personal and things can get loud and noisy. Corporate leadership should be cognizant of the lengthy negotiation process, a response to the relational business culture of Spain. Management will be expected to build a personal relationship and trust with counterparts before negotiations can begin. Coles must be prepared to build these relationships through lunch and social meetings rather than over the phone and via email. In Spain, business communications take place on equal levels. Coles is advised to deal with counterparts during any negotiation. Leaderships must counsel managers in situations where issues arise to speak manager to manager rather than seeking those a rank above themselves. When deploying a female executive to Spain, must be aware that 37% of managerial positions in Spain are held by women, which is slightly above the EU average, but below the country's pledge quota of 40% by 2015. Female executives also earn around 16% less than their male counterparts. Marketing. Price is a key determining factor of Spanish consumer behavior, and it's changed the way they shop. Because of the economic crash, they're visiting retail stores and supermarkets more frequently, but making smaller purchases. The little but often shopping habits allow customers to take advantage of deals and get the best price. Promotions are a key aspect to Coles' marketing strategy. Additionally, timing is everything. Although Spaniards will buy 2 to 3 times a week, around 50% of sales take place on the weekend. Catering to younger customers is vital to Coles' strategy. Younger consumers are easily swayed by new products entering the market. With 85% of the Spanish population being online and the country's e-commerce market expected to grow by more than 5 million euros in the next 3 years, Coles marketing operations must look to social media to harness the potential of the Spanish market. E-commerce in Spain is growing rapidly with around 23.6 million online shoppers. Although price is important, it is no longer the main driver for online purchases. Convenience and fast delivery now take the lead, followed closely by a great range of products exclusively sold online. This provides Coles with incredible opportunities in terms of their online business. Additionally, responsible consumption is developing in Spain. Increasingly, customers are looking for more responsible products, traceability, and better quality is increasingly important.
Several financial elements such as inflation, local taxes, currency, logistic expenses, minimum wages, and others are vital to be studied when thinking of going international. Some financial strategies that Coles should apply to start its expansion in Spain are keeping the U.S. dollar as the primary currency. Coles should keep the U.S. dollar due to its stability. The U.S. dollar is known as the world reserve currency, while the euro has the second spot. Renting instead of buying. Even though Coles has done a lot of research in Spain, the initial inversion should be as little as possible to evaluate the market's reaction. Then having a leasing contract for at least the first year may decrease the operation costs for the initial investment in that country. Exporting from the New Jersey location. Taking advantage of the Coles location in New Jersey, the most appropriate is sending the products through the port of Newark, which is the nearest to Spain, in order to reduce transportation costs. The Port of Newark has the highest percentage of exports from U.S. to Spain at 15%. 5% profit margin. Coles would strive to reach a profit margin of at least 5% to ensure its profitability. That margin is based on the average profit margin in the retail industry in the United States. Local shipping by Chronotruck. Chronotruck, the European Uber, is widely used in Spain for shipping. It can result in a 10 to 70% savings regarding transportation.
Operations. Understanding the Spanish business environment is imperative for success in Coles' global expansion initiatives. It is important to note that most companies are still hierarchically structured, although the old mindset is changing at high speed. The traditional Spanish way is strictly separated divisions and a strong hierarchical system. Coles is positioning themselves in a country where strategic planning is generally less important than in many other countries, where it is paramount. Coles' operational management should not be surprised to encounter decision-making the sole responsibility of the managing director or the owner of the company, who will often base decisions on intuition more than systematic research. In conclusion, the strongest points are adaptability and flexibility, openness to foreign investment, government support, large domestic markets, export possibilities, phenomenal growth potential, and cultural and tourist powerhouse, second only to the United States in tourist income. Superior geographical location, a gateway to the African continent, and direct connections with Europe.